Yo, yo, yo. What up? What up? What up? My betting family. We back with another video here at No Limit Bets. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing y'all my top 6 picks for today's or tonight's NBA playoff games. Before we get started though, as always, I would like to say good morning to y'all, good afternoon, whatever time it may be that you're watching this video. Hope y'all having a good one, and hopefully we can make it a better day by winning some money. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's truly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so I definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown thus far. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Before I get to my top 6 picks, I did just want to do a quick recap of the 2 slips that we submitted yesterday. One was on our Twitter account and the other was the picks that we posted on yesterday's video. It was a good and bad day, so obviously we're gonna, as you guys can see, we're gonna start with the good, as this was our Twitter slip. We were 1 away from the sweep, as Julius Randle was the lone one that wasn't able to green for us. We took his over 31.5 points and rebounds. He only ends up with 19 after a rough shooting night. I believe he was like 3 from 15 from the field. I think 2 from 10 from the 3-point line. Just a rough shooting night overall for him, and he wasn't able to get it done for us. But as you guys can see, we were able to green our other 5 picks as we took the under on Darius Garland's 22.5 points. He only ends up with 10. We also had Jokic over 20.5 rebounds and assists. He ends up with 23. We have Malcolm Brogdon, over 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He gets it done with 23. We also had Bogdanovich, over 12.5 points. He gets it done with 15. He pretty much did all his work in the first half, as he went perfect from the field. I believe he was like 3 for 3 from the 3-point line in the first half. And then we also had Cat over 20.5 points. He was due for a big game going home in game 3, and he was able to get it done with 27 points. Now, like I did say, it was a good and bad day. So moving on to our picks that we posted on yesterday's video, it was a completely waste of a slip, as we were not even able to green not one prop. It was definitely disappointing to see that. Just to run it down real quick, I mean, Jason Tatum, he had his opportunity, especially down the stretch of the game. He comes up short. He ends up on the hook with 39. As far as in the opportunities, he did have, he grabbed the rebound, I believe, with like 3 or 4 minutes left in the game, where he grabbed the rebound, stepped out of bounds, but went back up and made the layup. But obviously he stepped out of bounds. Then he had a 3-point shot with about 2 minutes left in the game. He misses that. And then to top it off, with about a minute left in the game, he goes to the line for 2 free throws and he misses a free throws. Obviously, if he would have went 2 for 2 from the free throw line at that point, he would have been able to green for us. But ultimately, he just ends up on the hook with 39. We also took the under on DeJounte Murray's 21.5 points. Definitely thought this was going to be a down spot for him, with the other role players from Atlanta playing better at home. But he gets it done, going over with 25. Now, we also had Jalen Brunson over 23.5 points. He comes up close, but he ultimately falls short, only ends up with 21. Then Donovan Mitchell, he also comes up short. We took his over 40.5 PRAs, only ends up with 34. And then Mike Conley and Aaron Gordon also don't get it done for us. So all in all, we had to take the good with the bad yesterday. But our Twitter's account, our Twitter slips that we've been posting recently in the past 3 days have been hot. We are on a, let me just double check. We are on a 13-3 run on our Twitter slips. We have back-to-back days, Wednesday and Thursday, 4-1 days. And then yesterday, last night's slip, we were able to go 5-1. So our Twitter account has been hot here over the past couple of days. Definitely want to bring some of that, winning momentum onto our picks that we post on our videos. So let's go ahead and get started with my top 6 picks. For my first pick, I'm going to start off with the first game on the slate, the 1 o'clock start early game. And I'm going to be going to the points category. And I'm going to be taking Tobias Harris over 16.5 points. Now, as you guys can see, over his last 5, he is averaging just below this line at 14.4. But in the first 3 games of this series, he's hit the over in 2 out of those 3 games, averaging 18.7 points per game in the series thus far. Now, as we know, Embiid is going to be out due to a sprained knee that he suffered in Game 3. And without Embiid this season, Harris has averaged 18.8 points per game, going over this line in 9 out of 14 games without Embiid this season. Now, 3 of those 5 that he did miss, he ended right on the hook with 16 points. So I definitely expect Harris to at least, get us to 17 points. The main focus now for the Nets, I think, is obviously going to be Harden and Tyrese Maxey, which should leave a guy like Tobias Harris able to, take advantage of his matchup. I know the Nets have a very long and good defensive team, but as we've seen, Tobias Harris has been able to, get his points even with Embiid in the lineup. The one that he did miss last game in Game 3, he did come close, ended with 15. So all in all, I think Tobias Harris can get us 17 points here tonight. So I'm going to be rocking with him for my first pick. Now, for my second pick, we're going to stick to the points category. We're going to go to the next game on the slate, the Clippers against the Suns. And I'm going to be taking an under. I'm going to take the under on Tory Craig's 9.5 points. Now, this one is going to be sweaty, to say the least, because as you guys can see, over his last 5, he is averaging well above this line at 15 points per game. And in the first 3 games of this series, he has hit the over in all 3, averaging 18 points per game, shooting 69% from the field and 62.5% from the 3. So he's definitely been hot. But I ultimately think this game is gonna be a down spot for him. I don't expect him, a player like him, to keep shooting the way he has been shooting. So I think there is some regression due here tonight in Game 4. Now, during the regular season, he only averaged 7 points per game. In his career, he only averages 6 points per game. And during the regular season against the Suns, he went under in all 4 games against the Suns this season. So I know he's been hot, but I also did a little bit of line reading on this. Even though he's been averaging 18 points per game, and I just, mentioned how hot he's been shooting as far as in percentages, even though, he's been hot and has been putting up numbers scoring wise, they still only have him at 9.5 points. So just doing a little bit of line reading there, I definitely expect this to be a down spot for him. So I'm going to be taking this under 9.5 points here against the Clippers in Game 4. Now, moving on to our third pick, we're going to be going to the next game on the slate, the Bucks against the Heat. And to start us off with that, I'm going to go to the free throw maze category. I'm going to be going to the Heat side of things, and I'm going to be taking Jimmy Butler over 7.5 free throw makes. Now, as you guys can see, over his last 5, he's averaging right on the hook, averaging 7 free throw makes per game over his last 5. Now, against the Bucks in this series in the first two games, he has gone under in both of those games. In game one, he went 5 from 8 from the free throw line. And in game two, he went 7 from 10 from the free throw line. Uh, Obviously, those misses, I don't really expect him to miss as much from the free throw line as he was a 85% free throw shooter for his career and for the season. Now, this is a pivotal game three for both teams, and I expect playoff Jimmy to be in full attack mode here tonight. So obviously, when he's being aggressive, attacking the rim, he tends to get to the free throw line a lot. As for the season, he did average 8.7 free throw attempts per game and average 7.4 free throw makes per game. So definitely a great free throw shooter at 85%. I don't expect him to miss, the three misses per game that he has had in the first two games. So I definitely expect him to be in attack mode, like I said, get to the free throw line and make most of his free throws and ultimately get us at least 8 free throw mays. Obviously, we know the news of Tyler Hero being out due to that broken hand. So they're definitely going to need playoff Jimmy to be in full effect here tonight in game three. So I'm going to be rocking with Jimmy Butler over 7.5 free throw makes for my third pick. Now for my fourth pick, we're going to stick to the same game. I'm going to be going to the Bucks side of things. I'm going to be going to the rebounds and assists category. And I'm going to be taking Giannis Antetokounmpo over 16.5 rebounds and assists. Now, he pretty much hasn't played this series. He did play in game one, but that was only for 11 minutes before he, got hurt and suffered that back injury. He missed game two. He was a game time decision in game two, but he did miss that game. So I definitely expect him to play here tonight. He is still a game time decision, but I expect him to play in a pivotal game three here tonight. Now, during the regular season, he did average 17.5 rebounds and assists per game. That was 11.8 rebounds per game this season and 5.7 assists. Now, in 2 games versus the Heat this season, don't really want to count one of them as he only played 6 minutes. That was another game. I believe he suffered an injury and only played 6 minutes. But in those 6 minutes, he did have 8 rebounds and assists. And in the other game, he pretty much crushed his line as he ended up with 26 rebounds and assists. Now, these two teams have met in the playoffs here in the past couple of years. Obviously, in the bubble, the Heat knocked off the Bucks in the bubble. And then the following year, 2021, the Bucks returned the favor, sweeping the Heat. Now, in that 2021 playoff series, he pretty much was crushing this line, averaging 22.8 rebounds and assists. As we know, the Heat are pretty small team. They really don't have the size to match up with the Bucks. And Giannis, I expect him to obviously get crash the boards, get his 11, 12, maybe 13 rebounds, and also facilitate the ball, which he has been doing here good this season. So I'm going to take Giannis Antetokounmpo over 16.5 rebounds and assists for my fourth pick. Now, for my fifth pick, we're going to go to the late night game, Memphis against the Lakers. And to start us off with that game, I'm going to go to the points and rebounds category. I'm going to go to the Lakers side of things, and I'm going to be taking LeBron James over 37.5 points and rebounds. Now, he did go under in game one with only 32 points and rebounds, but he did hit the over in game two, and there were 40 points and rebounds. Now, in the first 2 games of the series, LeBron has dominated on the glass. He's been averaging 11.5 rebounds per game, which is obviously something good that we like to see, taking the points and rebounds. But one of the main reasons as to why I'm taking LeBron, I expect a big game hear from him tonight, not only because it is a game 3, a very important game of the series, but we all know what Dylan Brooks had to say about LeBron after game 2 as to calling him old and not respecting him unless he drops 40 on him. So definitely I think LeBron is going to come out here, be aggressive, and try to get his and get the dub, obviously, but which is most important. But I do think he's gonna attack Brooks and show him why he's the GOAT at this moment. And I definitely expect him to put up big numbers and get at least 38 points and rebounds for us here tonight in game 3. So I'm going to be taking LeBron James for my 5th pick. And for my 6th and last pick, I'm going to be taking the under. It's a play that we took a couple nights back in game 2. It was able to green for us, so I'm just going to be running it back. And it's the guy that we were just mentioning. I'm going to be taking the under on Dylan Brooks, 17.5 points and assists. Now, he's been under this line in both games thus far of this series. In game 1, he did come close, ended up on the hook with 17. And in game 2, he went under as well with 15. Now, this season against the Lakers, in 3 games against the Lakers during the regular season, he went under in all 3 games. He had 13 points and assists, 9 points and assists, and then 12. So also on top of this, I expect Ja to be back this game. He is a game time decision. Obviously, he missed game 2 due to that, I guess, sore hand. I think he is, like I said, he is a game time decision, but I do expect him to be back, and that should ultimately limit Brooks' touches and also his scoring opportunities. On top of that, he's already a poor, scorer, a poor shooter. So, and doesn't really facilitate the ball. So I'm going to be running that play back, and I'm going to be taking the under on Dylan Brooks, 17.5 points. Now, just to recap, we're going to be taking the over on Tobias Harris points, the under on Tory Craig's points, the over on Jimmy Butler, 7.5 free throw makes, the over on Giannis, 16.5 rebounds and assists, the over on LeBron's 37.5 points and rebounds, and the under on Dylan Brooks, 17.5 points and assists. And as always, if you guys agree with any of my plays, please do your own research. Just don't take my word for it. And here at No Limit Bets, we like to go with the low risk, high reward. So I'm going to be placing a $5 entry for the possibility of winning 125. So let's go ahead and place that entry. And that's going to be it for today's video, y'all. Make sure to be on the lookout for another slip that I'm going to be posting on my Twitter account. Like I said, the Twitter account slips these past couple of days have been hot. We're on a 13-3 run. So just be on the lookout for that here, obviously before the 1 o'clock game starts. But as always, you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Let's get this money.